Hello friends, so this is our second type of ambiguity, and second type of ambiguity we can see two or more alternative meanings are fully resolved into one. Now the best thing I must do is I'll give you an example. Say 4 lines here, then you will see what happens to the word change. So the ambiguity is, you can see it is on the word change, because in the one meaning of change is that first I will write down that Cupid is winged and that range. Cupid is winged and that range her country Cupid is winged and that range her country. So my love doth change. So my love doth means does change. Alright? My love doth change. Then, but change she, the earth as change she the sky, change she the earth, change she the sky. What happens? Change she the earth or change she the earth or change she the sky, then what will happen is, yet I will love her till I die. Yet I will love her till I die. Now here we have got two or more meanings resolved into one. Now one meaning of change is move to another. And second meaning of change is alter the one you have. Alter the one you have. Alter means change the one you have. So here it says move to another. That means alter the one you have. Second line here her country. So my love doth change. Means alter. She has one love, but she changes. Understand? Alter means changes. She has what she has, she is changing. Then this change here means, you can see, move to another. First change meaning alter the one I have or you have. Second one is move to another. Move to another means it can be she may live on earth, she may live in the sky, but whatever happens, I will go on loving her. Now what is the very funny thing about this is, the whole charm of the poem is it's extravagant and it's unrestricted. See, extravagant and unrestricted simplicity. Understand? That is what you find. And unrestricted, unreasonable. The simplicity is unreasonable. Whatever happens, if she changes me and go after another person, if she moves from earth to sky or from sky to earth, what happens is I will love her. It's simple. So both meanings of change is resolved into one, very beautifully resolved into one by what is that very simple the way of arguing. The whole charm we have already told you is the poem is the unreasonable simplicity. Understand that? So that's very clear. Now this is a common, you can say, common than any of the later types of ambiguities. So here what happens is there is difference between logical and psychological degrees of ambiguity, but the feeling is very, very direct. There is no logic here. There is no logic. And psychological also. The logical or psychological degrees of ambiguity are resolved. That is, A change of person, definitely it will affect your psychology, your mind, the way you think. And the change of place, there is no logic behind that. Right? So it is a complicated one. At the same time, you will find that it is so simple and that there was no problem at it. A very unreasonable simplicity. Some people are like that. They are very simple but unreasonable. No logic behind it. Why are they so simple? So this is one, I think it is clear to you now, because from the example, we can see the two meanings of change are resolved into one. That means resolved into what? Resolved into an unreasonable simplicity. Understand? That is, whatever happens, even if the earth falls down, the sky falls down, all the earth vanishes into the nether world, but still I will love. So that is the point. I think it is clear now, isn't it? Okay. The whole, as we have already seen, what attracts you is the extravagant and the unreasonable simplicity of the thought. Okay. Now we take another example from Shakespeare. You can see that is sonnet, one of the sonnets, the tongue that tells the story of thy days. That tongue. See, here again you will find this ambiguity, but it is resolved very beautifully. That tongue that tells, that tongue that tells the story of thy days. So that tongue that tells the story of thy days, that tongue that tells the events of your days. Days means your life. Making lascivious comments on thy spot. Making lascivious comments on thy spot. Spot means just got a sexual overtone. Sporting. Listen, sporting. And lascivious, already just got a sexual meaning. Lascivious. So lust, you can connect it with lust. And then he says, cannot dispraise, but in a kind of praise. Cannot dispraise, but in a kind of praise. Cannot dispraise, but in a kind of praise. And now you understand nowadays. So she had some problems with say fidelity or some such thing. She was for some time not faithful to her love or her husband or her would-be, see. And then finally what happens, he says, naming thy name blesses an ill report. Naming thy name blesses an ill report. Ill report means bad, some bad report, some bad news. Bad news about her relationship. Now here the point here is that we can see now, here you have got the bless. Bless is the verb here. And what is the object of bless? So bless. Bless what? Blesses what? Blesses that tongue. One is that tongue. Blesses that tongue. The other is blesses naming thy name. Naming thy name. So then what happens? Both this resolved in one. What is it? An ill report. There will be no ill report. No bad report about you. So because what you are the blesses that tongue. So the naming thy name blesses an ill report. See? Blesses, naming thy name blesses that tongue. Understand? Two meanings are resolved in one. What is the ultimate meaning of that? Whatever you have done in the past, don't worry. You have forgiven that. You don't care about it. See that? Take it easy that way. Listen. Alright. Then again we have got these are examples we are taking from Shakespeare, from Chaucer, from 18th century, from T.S. Eliot, the famous lines of the second part of T.S. Eliot's the great poem that the Wasteland, a game of chess that we will see in detail, etc. So these are the few examples that he is taking. So it's nothing, no progression of thought, but only examples are given and how these different meanings are resolved. Another, so you can see 2 lines. Sleep is a reconciling. Sleep is a reconciling. Sleep is a reconciling. That is first line. Second is a rest that peace begets. A rest that peace begets. Sleep is a reconciling. A rest that sleep, a rest that peace begets. Now rest begets peace. What is the question? Rest begets peace or peace begets rest? So the question here is rest begets peace or peace begets rest. Which one? Don't care because what is after all? Finally, sleep is a reconciling rest a rest that begets. Begets is a rest that peace begets. Whether rest produces peace or peace produces rest. What is the point here? Sleep is reconciling. Understand? Reconciling. What is reconciling? So bringing, calming down all tensions. Calming down all tension. Understand? So that's again an example of how 2 or more alternative meanings are fully resolved into one. So alright, you are following me, I suppose? A simple lines. And now you have got another one, Chaucer. You have got Shakespeare and Chaucer, as I told you, more examples from 18th century, and so you will find. Troilus and Cressida. There Troilus is. Troilus. What does Troilus say? Troilus and Cressida, famous like Romeo and Juliet, famous story. So what does Troilus say? Oh, goodly, fresh and free. Oh, tells Troilus says to Cressida, oh, goodly, fresh, that is Middle English now, free. So, free and fresh. Oh, goodly lady who is free and fresh. Oh, goodly, fresh and free, that with the streamers of your iron clear, that with the streamers of thy iron means eyes, clear means clear, that with the streamers of thy iron clear means very clear eyes, streams of thy very clear eyes, you older, says, you older friendly sometimes on me see. You older sometimes, you older sometimes, you would sometimes on me see. You would sometimes on me see. Means look at. With clear eyes, please look at me. On me see. And then agreeing that I may be he. Then agreeing that I may be he. And there are some more lines there. So Troilus tells Chryside, O goodly, fresh and free. O good lady, is fresh and free. Your eyes fresh and free, dark and luminous, so beautiful. That with the streamers of thy iron clear eye. That is in prologue also you will find. The iron, the smaller not smaller for us. There also he says, but he said, his iron twinkled in his head right. Speaking about the monk, his iron twinkled in his head right. Twinkle. Iron means eyes, plural of eye. Those days it was plural used to be made. One of the ways of making plural was adding iron. So his iron, that with streamers, iron, you old, miss you old sometimes on me see. Please look at me someday. And then agree that I may be he. I may be he means that I be your love. That is. It's a very strong and deep and tragic love story. I think you know it, you are doing it in your first year MA or first semester also, you are doing this. As a seminar topic, this you are learning this, going through this Troilus and Chryside, I think so, I don't know. In this part of the country they are doing it so. Now the problem, what is the problem? What are the different meanings? The meanings, streamers. What are the different meanings of streamers? One meaning is that beams of light. Beams of light, one meaning. Beams of light. That's one meaning. What is the second meaning? The second meaning is that it's a hyperbole, blood and tears. It's a hyperbolic expression. Hyperbole for blood and tears. Blood and tears. Hyperbole for blood and tears. What is the third one? The third meaning is that beams of sweet influence. That is influence. Beams of sweet influence. Streamers, influence. And the fourth meaning is, many meanings are there. One glance of your eye. One glance of your eye. Her eye. One glance of her, your or her eyes. Now, all the four meanings are suited here. Listen, four different meanings, but all the meanings they come together, and what is the end result, end game or end result? That you should look at me with favor. Listen. It can be your beams of light, your influence, it can be blood and tears, it can be your blessings or whatever it is. Your light beams of your light are coming from your eyes, whatever you think, please look at me with love. Understand? So that is again. So these are, I told you, there is no progression here, but what you find is take different examples and show how these different meanings are resolved into one. Take examples from Shakespeare. Plenty of examples are given here, but I am only giving you, as I told you already, that all the examples, to take all the examples here and then explain like word by word and sentence line by line, it will be very tedious. I can do it, but it will be very tedious for you and there will be nothing left for you. You also have to do some work now. So, you know what is the present definition of teacher? Teacher is a facilitator. Teacher doesn't teach, but he will only facilitate learning. Okay, that's one way of escaping. Let's forget about that. And then you have got the 18th century. When you come to 18th century, you have got lines like this. What is it? See, those famous lines like there thou great Anna, whom 3 realms obey. There thou great Anna, whom three realms obey. Three realms, you know, heaven, earth, and heaven, earth, and Padal. Padal means hell. Remember? Yes. That sometimes counsel take and sometimes tea. Thus, sometimes counsel take, sometimes tea. Now here the problem is take. Problem, not a problem, but the challenge is take. How many innumerable meanings for take. If you just go to the dictionary, you will find take, take off, take in, take out, or all those things. Isn't it? So just two meanings of takes here. Thus, sometimes counsel take. One means accept. Sometimes tea. You drink. Take, one is accept, the other is, but it's very easily resolved into one. What is that? That she is very happy with both counsel and tea. She doesn't make any difference. That is, indirectly we can say she does not know the difference between taking tea and taking counsel. Means advice. That's all. So that is how it can be resolved. So this is what we said in the beginning. Two or more alternative meanings are fully resolved into one. I think you have been following these examples. We'll have more examples, and then till then we'll say goodbye for the time being. Hope that you are enjoying and that you are getting something out of what I am doing here. Bye. Take it easy.